These games were specifically chosen because they are least likely to give you motion sickness. This means that I won't be talking about the popular AAA titles such as Walking Dead, After the Fall, or Resident Evil, as those can make new players and even seasoned players nauseous due to the fast-paced movements and controls. So we'll start with the lowest price first. Number 1 is Brink Traveler, which costs $10. This is a tour guide traveling application. You are traveling to different places in the world, beautiful locations with a tour guide, and you get to walk around, look at different sceneries, and have someone tell you the significance of each location. This is a nice, easy experience that is fun and allows you to see what virtual reality can be like pretty easily. Next up is Blaston at $10. Now Blaston is a ton of fun. It's a fast-paced first-person shooter-ish type of game. You are competing with either an NPC or another player, and you basically just duel it out. Think old school duels back in the early 1900s, but now it's gamified and you have a ton of different weapons around you and you just compete with the person in front of you. Now don't let the cartoon graphics fool you. This game will definitely give you a good workout. Next is Pixel Ripped 1989 or 1995. 1989 is $15 and 1995 is $20. This game is amazing for millennials as it's filled with nostalgia. Imagine yourself as a 9-year-old boy playing your 16-bit or 32-bit classics on a TV or a computer. The puzzles that you have to play on the TV inside the game, so yes, it's a game within a game. The puzzles are complicated and nostalgic, and the way that the game uses virtual reality and the 3D element is something that's really beautifully done and very creative. I don't want to spoil it for you, but this is definitely worth the price. Number 4 is Walkabout Mini Golf, which is $15, and it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's a mini golf course, and you get to play with up to 4 other people, so you can play a total of 5 people. The graphics are a bit cartoony, but overall, like, the mechanics of this game is pretty spot on. I am a terrible golfer and I'm actually terrible at this game, so it's pretty accurate. A lot of people love it because you can play mini golf with friends or random people from all over the world, and it feels like you're just hanging out and playing mini golf. So it's a very great multiplayer game. At number 5, we have Google Tiltbrush. This is $20. Now this one is for more of the creative types out there. If you like to paint or make artwork, or even if you just have a vivid imagination, think paint but in virtual reality. You can basically paint whatever kind of world you want. And it's not only limited by the movement of your paintbrush, you can also add different effects. So for example, if you wanted it to snow inside your creation or your painting, you can do that. You can definitely spend a lot of hours and lose yourself in making beautiful artwork for you or to share with other people. Number 6 is I Expect You to Die 1 or 2. Now both of these games are $25, and yes, it's a sequel of part 1 and part 2. I Expect You to Die is a puzzle game where you are a detective trying to solve these different mystery cases and trying to essentially escape the different missions that you are involved in. The closest thing that I can compare this to in real life is an escape room. You're basically in an escape room. You have to mess around with the different items or the different sequence of events that need to happen within that quote-unquote escape room. And essentially, by trying to escape the escape room, you will solve the mystery case. Number 7 should come as no surprise to anyone. I will say for number 7, it's either going to be Beat Saber or Synth Riders, or even both. Now, if you've seen any videos on my channel, you already know that I played Beat Saber obsessively for about 2 years. It's a fantastic game. If you haven't heard of it, I'd be shocked. Even for people that aren't music or rhythm type gamers, Beat Saber is just a really, really fun game. Now, an alternative to Beat Saber is Synth Riders. Riders. Now, I will say both of these games can stand alone on their own, but if you wanted to have pretty different games, I would say that you might not want to buy both of these. Synth Riders has more of a dancing element. It's also a rhythm and dance type game. Beat Saber is $30 and Synth Riders is $25. Next is Tribe XR at $30. This game or application is not that well known, surprisingly, but it's a very amazing application. Tribe XR allows you to DJ in VR. You get a complete replica of the DJ hardware and booth and kits that all the top DJs are actually using in real life, and that's replicated in virtual reality. They have lessons for you to learn how to use this equipment, and then afterwards you can just jam on and make your own music. Number 9 is Tetris Effect. At $30, this game is not cheap, but it is a very, very beautiful game. For anyone who grew up back in the day and remembers Tetris, the way that VR has renewed Tetris is actually pretty interesting. Yes, the gameplay is similar to the old Tetris, but the way that the 3D space is used allows you to be fully immersed. It's almost a meditative experience. Really, if you're stressed or you just want to relax after a long day of work, yeah, if you just want to zone out and relax, I think Tetris Effect is just a very beautiful meditative game. And at number 10, the most expensive game on this list is Supernatural. And I don't even want to call it a game because really it's a fitness membership. It's $20 per month subscription or $180 per year. It is a very pricey game. A lot of people like to compare Supernatural to Beat Saber because you are essentially, instead of slicing blocks, you're hitting balls with a baseball bat. The game is considered a workout, and you're working out in the most beautiful locations in the world, and you have a personal trainer, a curated music list, and a curated workout, either targeting specifically your upper body, your glutes, your abs. So instead of thinking of this as a game, think of it as a replacement or a supplement to your current workout routine. So if you think that you have pretty strong VR legs, which means that you don't think you'll get motion sickness that easily, I highly recommend you play Population 1. It's a battle royale first-person shooter type of game, so think Fortnite but in VR. And it's a really great multiplayer game. You get to compete with other teams, other people, and overall just have a great time. Population 1 is $30. And then my second bonus game is ARK-ADE at $20. This one's also an FPS shooter. It's a solo player and it's as if you've been transported inside an old arcade machine. The gameplay is pretty simple, but it's a lot of fun. What did you think of this list? Do you agree with it? Are there any games that you think that I might have missed? Let me know in the comments.